What's up guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Minute channel. Today we are gonna be talking about Persona 5 and, well, really not Persona 5, but the next Persona game, Persona 6 or whatever comes next, right? Couple things. One of the strongest and most distinctive points about Persona in general, or Persona 3, 4, and 5, is the social links or the confidants. That's what makes it different. It's the social aspect of that RPG doesn't really usually happens, and I find it to be really interesting. And that's really one of the things that get me into the games, is going and meeting all these characters, having these mini stories within the big story and everything like that. However, as I played other games, I've found that there's a couple different things lacking in this system that I would like to see that change over time. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So one of the bigger things that I happen to see about the confidants is in previous games, when you make a confidant, you will have to kind of almost like either you agree with them or the confidant doesn't go through, and sometimes the confidant is wrong about what they're trying to say. You know, if they believe in certain things, you should be able to challenge those ideas that they have, maybe in a good positive way, to kind of help them go through things. In the Persona games, the reason why you have this confidence is because you build these characters up, but you also get to change and impact their life. Otherwise it doesn't really make sense. However, one of the issues here is that in these games you really have to agree with them in order for this confidence to go up. Now, it's changed over the years. I think Persona 5 was a little more smooth in that transition and everything, but it's still not to the point that you really you have to really agree with them, or you have to kind of like pander to their ideology in order for them to go, yeah, yoo-hoo, you know, we made friendship there, or the friendship went up a level, whatever. I feel like sometimes it's okay for you to challenge those ideals they have for them to make a change or something. In real life, that's what happens, right? If you don't agree with your friend, you say, hey, maybe you should do this a different way. That is really how things work, to help your friends and everything like that. So I feel like that could work here. That being said, one of the things that I would like to change is the conversation system. It's really bare bones, and sometimes the choices don't really make a change. Whether you do A or B, or A, B, and C, it doesn't really make a change, really. That is something that I've seen other games like the Life is Strange do really well. Whether the changes and the consequences really make an impact into the story, I would like to see that a little bit more. Not just in social, the confidence, the social aspect, but in the overall story. I feel like that would be an interesting change, because I want to feel like my choices and my talk really matters. That being said, I would like to see the confidence somehow impact the story in a more organic way. Typically, the story and the confidence don't really, you know, like, it should go hand in hand and everything like that. And some things do kind of show up and everything. In fact, some confidence don't even go a certain level until you reach a certain part of the story, which is fantastic. But I would like to see maybe a lot more involvement with the story, with the characters, and kind of maybe you help this character, maybe this character show up later and helps you in some kind of way. That will be interesting. I feel like that's something that we can definitely work a little bit more to make the characters more proactive in the story and everything like that. I think that will be a good change. That being said, going into the dating aspect, because all of these have been called dating sim or that kind of stuff, unlike other dating sims, this one particularly, there's no many different changes whether when you do a harem route, which is when you date all the characters, or that you don't date anybody at all. It doesn't really make an impact to the story. The same is when you're dating a person, and at the end of the trip, you know, you go your ways, and there's no really impact into, hey, we have this relationship for 3 or 4 months and I have to leave or whatever, and there's no really impact or anything like that. There's no talk about it, there's no decisions or anything like that. That is almost like obvious, and if it's painful. The same thing happens when you date a character and the story doesn't really acknowledge that you're dating that character. You know, you guys can be girlfriends and boyfriend and spending all this time together and going on dates and whatever, but when the story time, you're best buddies and you're just cracking jokes left or right. She talks about how she wants to date this other guy or whatever. It just doesn't make any sense at all, you know. So that's something definitely needs film fixing and everything. But that's pretty much what I have here today. just talking about some different ways to improve the social link aspect to it. There's other things that have changed over time that I really do like. For example, in previous Confidants, when you messed up really bad, you could actually impact the Confidant in a way that will turn back into negative Confidant, and you have to work it again to kind of fix the Confidant, fix the friendship with them. I like that a lot. I thought it was an interesting one, although it's really easy to fall into that as well. So let me know in the comments below if you think there is something that you could kind of fix around or everything like that. I would like to see maybe the Confidants don't need like the social stats all the way or whatever, because sometimes some Confidants require a specific something and everything, and it can be like the end of the game and you can't get all the way to the top and you can't really work on that Confidence or anything. Maybe it needs to be tweaked down a little bit or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.